Hello, hello, hello. So we are getting live right now. Awesome. Just testing to see everything is fine. So we don't mess up this presentation. Okay. Yes. So that's the. All right. So that's where we are. Just like that. So I'm going to go to complete slideshow view. And I'm going to switch back and forth for a couple of times during the presentation. Just make sure that everything is fine. So again, hi everyone. I'm very excited. I'm presenting this for you. I'm hoping that you're going to use this to eliminate the problems. What kind of problems? Client acquisition type of problem that you want to acquire and you don't face these problems. And if you do, you have solutions in hand to deal with them and to take the right approach. So uh, we're just gonna wait a couple of minutes to everyone uh, show up, and then we're gonna start. This presentation is gonna be until they show up. I'm just gonna briefly go over uh, presentation. It has a couple of parts. It's about an hour, and then it's a little bit lengthy, but I'm gonna covering so many stuff. Nine major problems. It's major problems can hurt a business to go down, can hurt your budget to go down, and create a delay uh, to expand your business, to get better, to hire more clients, and then basically failure in different ranges, small to big, and then to recover takes time. So yeah, it's 1 hour, but hopefully it's gonna minimize all those problems that hurts a business uh, for some time until they recover a month, 2 months, 5 months, 5 years. So, depending on what level and what stage you are. So, yes, I'm going to be talking about nine problems. But before that, I'm just going to be talking a little bit of myself and who I am, why I'm doing this, what is my background, and then how did I get this information, why I started this, and then about nine problems. So, I'll go about nine problems. And then after that, I'm going to go about the solutions of these nine problems, what possible solutions are out there, and then more. I'll elaborate more about the problems, same time, and then at the end, my solution, what I can offer. I have bonuses at the end, different kind of bonuses, and then for the people stay, they're really really good bonuses. They're just not it's blueprinting stuff, so cheat sheet stuff. So, all right. So let me go back and forth. I'm gonna go back and forth, make sure. Okay, awesome. We have it. So yeah, because the one thing about webinars, this presentation, we need to make sure that uh, it's live and we don't ruin it. All right. Okay. Again, hi everyone. Thank you for joining to this presentation. I hope this will be helpful for you to take a good step to grow your coaching business, helping more people in need of your help. My name is Norai Virtanis, and in this presentation, I'll share with you what no one tells you. You may realize it after you fail, unfortunately. I experienced that. It was costly, time consuming, nerve wracking, and frustrating. Please bear with me. The order of this presentation is a little bit about myself, who I am, why I'm doing this. Then I'll share the nine big problems that hurt coaches that want to help people and expand their business. Then I'll share about possible solutions. And the last, what is my solution? Yes, failure becomes a lesson and it's costly. However, we can learn from other people's failure to prevent happening to us. And that's the purpose of this webinar. It is the result of many days and nights of interviews, researches, and studies that I've done. These problems are little known to coaches and unspoken about it anywhere. No one has ever offered a definite solution to these problems. Everyone is providing a bit of solution. It becomes time consuming and frustrating to come up with a comprehensive solution that helps majority of coaches to reach out to more and help them. I'm going to share the problems that can help you to prevent failing. It can help you to realize how to run a dominating client attraction system while minimizing risk of failure to get great results. Sorry, I'm going to continue right now for a second. So just want to make sure that the voice and everything is fine. So I'm going to add something here. So in this presentation, I'll show you what you should avoid and basically avoid wasting your time and money and of course your hope and get enormous result from your effort. Problems that I share are the main reasons many keep struggling and not seeing good results. And at the end of this webinar, I'll show you how you avoid excessive expenses of building your client attraction system. Hopefully now voice is going to get better. So, right, which is going to help you save your budget for a better outcome. And you'll get insights about many pitfalls that held back many coaches to get the result they dreamed about, so that you can avoid them and realize how you can get a great result on your investment. So this presentation will help you to know about the possible problems you may end up having and to find out the best solution that will save your money and time for a profitable outcome. This will help you to create the best clear path to achieve your dreams. I will share possible solutions to the problems that I discovered after extensive amounts of work done, so you can seek a solution and grow your business. Now, allow me to introduce myself. I'm sure you want to know who I am and why I'm doing this. I had kind of harsh childhood. Many times I survived bombings and gunfires. I experienced discrimination all my life before the journey that I started. The journey that I'm talking about is drawn here in red. I it went through 7 countries and 5 of them illegally. But you see in the map here, over here, that's Bosnia. And then I went through this path with my wife. I went to Croatia, and then I went to Slovenia. And all this path you see, the mountains, and then up and downs of the hills, and then jungles. Well, we did it together with barefoot. We were running away from a dictatorship country that I'm gonna tell you about it. So this path, Bosnia, and then we went to, that was half of the path. We started from different country, came to Bosnia, went to Croatia, and then went to Slovenia, and then crossed the border and went to Austria. So continues like that, and that was a journey, and I'll tell you about this shortly. So the journey that took us to cross 7 countries, 5 of them illegally, not only for a better life, but also to save our lives. And it's like yesterday when I crossed borders of Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia, and Austria with barefoot going through deep jungles and steep mountains in Eastern Europe with my wife. We were both very young and had dreamed to start a good life. We escaped a cruel government that had left no living rights for the people, especially Christians. We wanted to save our lives, build our future, and build a better life for our children. So we ran away with no money. We only had the cheapest option, so we needed to take the roughest path, with great risk of losing our lives. Our journey took 13 uncertain days, and with only one vision: to build a good life for ourselves and our children. The journey was extremely rough, but giving up wasn't the option and allowed, because the torture and suffrage was waiting. So we kept moving. Yeah, so it was rough. There were times that my wife just gave up and wanted to return. And it's interestingly, she said, "I want to go back. I can't. And then while the cops were chasing us on one of the borders with their dogs barking, and then we needed to run through the dark jungles and then mountains going up. So heartbeat was extremely fast, sweating, and we didn't know. It was 100% uncertainty. We didn't know what's going to happen. We just have hope. Next station, next station, and next station. Bosnia, then Croatia, then Slovenia, then Austria, which we survived. So we escaped from a dictator and cruel government. We were afraid to be caught, return, and die in prisons of the cruel government from torture, where minorities like Christians had no place. Days and nights of walking in mountains, hiding in stables, and running away from border cops and their dogs cannot be forgotten. Every escape, every second of those days seemed a century to us. It was deja vu. We had seen it, like in World War II movies. Neither me nor my wife can forget the day we reached to the refugee camp. This is the camp I'm talking about. And that's where we applied as a request to become a refugee. And it stood where those guys are standing. Exactly. We came here. And came here. Two of us. Actually, three of us. There was another guy we were helping. There was an old guy with us who needed help on the way, and we found him. We needed to help him. He wasn't able to move. So guys are standing and request to become a refugee with no money and no food for 48 hours. We didn't have food 48 hours, and we keep walking and hiding, walking and hiding. All of our bodies covered in mud. When the last border was between Slovenia and Austria's border, there was mountain, it was up and down. We went up the hill, and then coming down, it was so steep. Sometimes we were sliding, and then or falling down on the mud, and then it was muddy, and then we were all mud. And then after that, now from the borders, as we came to this place, this was in Traiskirchen, near Baden, in Austria. So we were covered in mud. This location was the Hitler's military camp in World War II I heard about. And we stayed there for 28 days. After we entered there were fellows inside the camp, behind the gate, who recognized us to be one like them. They all applied as a refugee earlier than us. And then they approached us and offered us clothes and even underwear. So they figured, in looking at us, they figured our situation to be very bad. So they were so friendly to us. We left our belongings in the mountains in East Europe. The very last kiosk was the place we could make a call. It's this one. And give a relief to our families that
They had no news from us for 13 days. We borrowed money and made a call to our parents to know we are alive, and we made it after 13 days. They didn't hear about us for 13 days. For 13 days, when we talked to them, they didn't know we're alive or we're dead. Here's the guy. It's not the same guy. So two people approached us, and they said, "Oh, come to our place." They had a little room, so they gave us some clothes and then underwears and stuff. So we slept for 48 hours, just like them. Just like them, I mean these people that you see here. In the same room. It was the same room, same floor, I remember, same bunk beds, this big room. It was a really big room. So on the same bunk beds, I just remember people talking about us in the room, that I could hear them while we were asleep. Some people were asking if we are alive. Some others responding, yes, they are. They get up and eat and then fall asleep. Yeah, we slept for 48 hours here. We're just getting up, eating, and then sleeping again. It was, but people were talking about passing by, and then they see we don't move. We don't. So we were all the time we're sleeping. So they're asking. They were curious about us. So yes, my wife dropped her toenails one after the other for 2 weeks, but soon the bad days were over. Life turned around. Thank God. We appreciate Jesus for the new opportunity. Within a year, we requested to come to United States, and United States accepted us. Very soon in the United States, I found myself useful to help children. Then I felt how fulfilling it is to help children with their academic needs. I felt the satisfaction of helping the community. I remember a parent used to tell me that she always prays for us on Sundays and during the week. I found myself useful to help children, and I did since then for 18 years. It was fulfilling, self-fulfilling, that the parents, and there was especially, we got lots of good compliments because of the service. I appreciate it. I always stayed doing that for 18 years. But especially in this case, I remember a parent who was taking her daughter to a school which was in a church, and then she was telling me that she goes and prays for us. So after all this up and downs of life, this was extremely good. I was feeling so good, satisfied, doing this to the community, and we were both doing it. My wife was also helping me. I also had the chance to pursue education and admit to a grad school and earn my degree in engineering. I worked as an engineer as well, but it didn't satisfy me. Nothing was like helping little angels to bring smile to their faces, building their future, and improving their confidence about themselves. Throughout the years, I acquired marketing skills, did many lines of coding and web designs. After I lost my full-time job as an engineer, I dedicated lots of time to improve my marketing skills to help our tutoring businesses. Very soon, a horrific tragedy shook me and transitioned my life to a new direction. A buddy of mine, a great person, had a brain stroke. He fell into bed and no hope to survive. This was the reason I started thinking about how can I help? And then I started shifting, using marketing skills that I had to help coaches to reach out to more people. But I realized there are lots of problems, and I need to go through these problems, see what they are. So it took so long. But the moral of the story, this person, he was an extremely good guy. Everyone loved him. And then and I'm gonna tell you how this led me into this. But he's better than last year. It's been about 2 years. He's in bed. He's better than last year. But what I'm telling you, better, it's just now he is able only to cry. He cannot move his body at all. At all. He cannot eat. like 15, 16 months ago, he was able only to blink. And then doctors were hopeless that he's going to survive, and they are still. So they let kids to decide if they want to keep him alive. And then that's what the kids, the trouble they have, the problems that they have, the family is carrying this on their shoulders. And so he cannot move, he cannot do anything. And then now, but the doctor said probably he can think. He is able to think, probably, we don't know. But then he was able only to bring if they're asking questions. Sometimes he was able to bring. So he understands, he knows in what he's in what situation he is. And he put his family and that, and he cannot move. So now recently he started crying as soon as people walk in to him, relatives, kids, wife, they start crying. What a situation this is. This is an awesome guy, very good guy. Why this happened to him? It's just shocking. And then he's just, it's every moment of his life he's tortured. He cannot do anything. And then it's hard for kids to decide if they want to keep him alive. They have some hope, but doctors are hopeless. So yeah, that was the story. I wanted to do something good for people like him. This tragedy broke his family apart, left a heavy load on the children's shoulder to decide whether to keep the father alive or put him to sleep. I always miss this great person since then. His name was Ruben. He could have been saved. This could have been stopped from happening. If he knew about the consequences, he could have avoided. Someone should have told him, coached him, and consulted him. Physicians' approach didn't help. These thoughts were with me for a long time, on and off. That's where importance of coaching, mentoring, consulting comes. To tell about the problem, to talk about the problem. Many people don't know about the problems that they have. And if they do, sometimes they don't know about the consequences. And again, if they know, some of them, if they know, they don't take actions. So why they don't take actions? How we can go through this and find those people and help them. So that's the beauty of coaching. One day I thought, what could have done for him? What was my part to save him? I still cannot believe life to be so cruel sometimes to some of us. Bad consequences are the result of the problems we have. If they are not fixed, they will hurt us sooner or later. Covering the problem is not the solution. You as a coach realize this every day for multiple times, and that's why you offer to help. I believe every family needs coaches for many things. I realize the problems just in my life, in the past and now, and problems in my surroundings and with people. Many people, they have problems and they need coach. Every family needs many coaches. I'm hoping one day that's the case, that every family has access to many coaches with their convenience to get help from them. I realize many of us have problems and need a coach and a mentor to help us overcome the problems. I wanted to have a share to help people besides helping children. So I figured using marketing knowledge to help coaches reach out to more people and people who need their help them. Being involved in business, education, engineering, and marketing, that's my picture, but not the right one, the left side picture. So being involved in business, education, engineering, and marketing for years helped me to overcome with a great program and be helpful. I figured out my background to be a good combination to solve the problems that many people have. And that's what I did to find out how you can reach out to a massive number of audiences, and then how You can communicate with them to aware them about the problems and the problems that they may have, to alert them about the consequences of the problems they may have, and to offer them about the solutions of the problems, and in some circumstances to help them plan a desired future. I made my decision. I wanted to help the coaches, mentors, and consultants to help people. So I spent lots of time researching and learning. I conducted lots of interviews. I read lots of comments and concerns from coaches. I studied lots of courses. I learned lots of techniques, and I also learned lots of good lessons from the bad products and services. I spent more than 18 months, day and night, to come up with a great solution that eliminates problems out there to attract more coaching clients, helping them overcome their pain and even helping them to plan for a great future. The result was the creation of Forever Green Coaching Program. Forever Green Coaching Program. So now let's change our gears. It's about you to talk about. It's about you. It's enough about myself, and I want to talk about the problems that I promised, so I can build a massive coaching business. So there are multiple skills. So let me just make sure that let's make sure that's recording. Yes, I think we are recording. I don't know why I jumped to the first slide again, but I think we are on the right track. I hope so, that you guys can see that. So there we are. So wait, remember, there are people who don't now. So you have coaching skill, right? We said that let's change our gears and then talk about problems. And you have coaching skills and knowledge, and you want to use your skills to help people who seek your help, right? Wait, remember, there are people who don't want your help because they don't know that they need your help. That's a major problem. They have problems. Majority of the problem that they have problems, they don't know they have problems. And if they do, they don't know the consequences. But you as a coach, you see that. And that's because of the experience that you have. Because that everyday life, you've seen it, or knowledge that you have, or you heard about it. And that's the major problem that could cause bad consequences and create grief in their life. So how can you help such people? First, you need to know what is your constraint and what's holding you back. Is it about where to find them, what to tell them, how to encourage them, or how to encourage them to take action? What is that? So we need to know about the constraints. Now, there are multiple skills required to build a solid coaching client attraction system. So you can reach out to such people and encourage them to take actions. Then there are strategic methods of approaching them. There are techniques of grouping your audiences. Learning all these is lined up with many problems that kills time, money, and hope. Here are the problems that I promised to talk about. This is about coaches who needed more clients, and they wanted to build their coaching client attraction system. In order to help more people, these coaches were concerned about saving time to acquire more clients. They wish they could be more efficient. Free consulting sessions or $20 discovery calls were killing their time. with no compelling results. Many coaches who took some marketing courses learned the amount of knowledge and skills they needed wasn't sufficient to run a successful marketing campaign. So these are the problems I'm talking about. Now, the third one, constant changes on marketing platforms such as algorithm change, price increase, and other limitations. There's so many problems like that. These changes made it hard for coaches to keep up with the updates. They took courses, but soon after, their knowledge became obsolete. And excessive software costs, monthly subscription fees are a limiting factor to many coaches. These excessive costs drain coaches' budget to keep proper actions on promoting their business properly. And very soon, they started giving up. Problem number 5, blueprinting worksheets. And it's blueprinting, I call it, but in this case, blueprints, worksheets, and formulaic type of courses and content led many coaches into the competition, and they lost the ground to position themselves away from competition. They learned doing what others are doing, and since their approach was epidemic, it had lost the power, didn't appeal congruent and unique, and it seemed like a typical engagement for the audiences. Consequently, I hurt the coaches rather than helping. Yes, it's just it becomes boring. Or if they're all doing the same thing, it becomes boring rather than being unique and creative. So problem number 6, coaches who took multiple courses found out many sections of the courses they took are overlapping. They complain about the gaps that none of the courses covered. Taking these courses reduced their budget and power to move forward. It killed their time and destroyed their motivation and hope. Problem number 7, which is about communication. Communication with audiences who don't know they need help was a major problem among many coaches. So they just want to find people who want help, but people who need help. Majority, the big fraction of the people are the people who need help. So how are you going to deal with them to help them? They're lacking the knowledge of communication with such audiences. That's another one. Length of coaching program is an issue and concern for some coaches. Many marketing coaches provide a lifetime access to their content. But the main concern is to have a marketing coaches accessible to get more clarity and directions later. While many marketing programs last only 2 to 4 months, questions start rising after, and coaches wish they could have get professional answers later. They post questions here and there on group pages and forums, but they get random answers that are not professional and can hurt instead of helping. It's like I compare with the Yahoo Answers. Long ago, it was just you type something on Yahoo and ask, what can I do if that's the problem? And many people need to take this pill, take that pill, take this, that, take that. And some of them, it wasn't, probably all of them, or majority of them, it might have hurt instead of helping. They weren't professional suggestion advices. Now, same thing with here. Like they ask question groups and people say do this and do that, do this, but they're not professional. So they're just challenging here and there, but the way that instead of getting help, it hurts. So what's the problem? The length of the support that they need to get is too short. And then last one, problem number 9. Why not offering safety net? I haven't seen a marketing coaching program to offer guarantee in the 2nd month, 3rd month, or 4th month. Why not? Yeah, many say no guarantee. So that's a problem that coaches, I've heard, they have, and they like it to be fixed. They wish to be fixed. Here's my understanding. Now, did you experience any of these issues? If not, you've been lucky. And after this, if you pay attention and follow, you won't experience anymore, because you'll know what type of programs you need to look for, sign up, get help, get support, get updates, save money, and save time to avoid such problems, to build your forever green coaching program and build your dream life. As I said earlier, it's a big problem and less known, and that's why it took me a very long time to understand what's going on and what are the limitations for coaches to acquire more clients. And it took me much longer to find a solution. I didn't see a single a single source to offer a comprehensive solution to these problems. Apparently, because of the challenges to implement such a solution, bear with me, the solutions are not as easy as they seem. I mean, they don't even seem right to be easy, but can be simplified. But they can be simplified. Just bear with me. I'll tell you about them. I'll show you how to avoid useless efforts, minimizing obstacles from your way to build a solid client attraction system that grows over time and brings you clients day in, day out. It's simple, just a couple of rules that you need to follow. Now, about this 20/80. Before that, applying 20/80 rules, which is 20% of time, you get 80% of the results. Two variables, time and result. Means most of the time things that we do, we don't get good results, get bad results, not enough good, but very small fraction, which is roughly the rough numbers, 20% of the time, we get 80% of the result. Why is that? And then what we can do with this? Think about it. Knowing that only 20% of the time our effort will produce results is discouraging, right? And this means most of our effort will be gone. How is that possible to improve this rule? So this 20/80 is some marketing rules, and I don't know, probably I haven't heard someone knowing where it comes from. Someone, a marketer, introduced it long ago. It's kind of correct, I think, and then most of the time, especially it gets rougher. Before maybe it was 20/80, now it's 10/90. So just roughly to say this, to talk about the situation, and I elaborated with numbers. That's why a coach, mentor, and consultant like you can be helpful. So how can you be helpful with this 20/80? Basically, to deliver results most of the time, not smaller fraction of the time. So people get result basically. So you coaches can help to improve those numbers. People need coaches, mentors, and consultants to prevent them from rough circumstances. Tell me this, how many attempts, that's important, how many attempts will your client probably need to make without your help in order to get the result that you can deliver to them? So how many attempts will your clients probably need to make without your help in order to get the result that you can deliver to them? Isn't it what a coach does? So it's what you can do, how you can improve that, how you can improve the result. So improving the outcome, that's what you do, right? Improving the outcome, so your clients get faster results. You're moving obstacles away just by showing the path and the solution and delivering life change. So you are there for them to improve the chances of success, not to leave them challenged with the 20% success rate. And then the 20/80 rule is well known, but it's just a number for illustration purpose. Yes, the right coach can improve the chances of success, and here are possible solutions to avoid problems I mentioned earlier. And almost every family needs a coach, a mentor, an advisor, or a consultant. Here's what you need to do to make it work. I said about inefficient methods of acquiring a single client at a time to be a problem with some coaches, right? So this first one is inefficient. So how you can be more efficient to acquire clients. I know many coaches offer a free session and discovery calls to engage a client with the solution they offer, hoping their client will stick with them for a long time. But in many cases, that doesn't happen until you become well-known coach and learn how to acquire your ideal clients. That takes time, and it's hard to accomplish in a competitive market, right? So you need to have a pipeline to bring flow of clients into your communication channel. To communicate with masses of prospects in automation, you put your one-time good effort and save your time just to increase the flow of prospects. Yes. Solutions to the first problem is to build an efficient client attraction system. So two things are needed. One, build a one-in-many communication system, whether it's a funnel, automated email system, video sequence, webinar, podcast, quiz page, forums, or even communication, or even combination of all of these, which actually that's what's supposed to be combination of all of these. But that's just about the communication. There's a second part to it. You also need to have a multiple pipelines. You need to have this multiple pipelines and multiple sources of traffic to build a solid system. One source is not enough. It's stressful, because if it breaks, that one source, then you're kind of challenged, and all the time thinking about the one source, what's going to happen if that goes. Again, becomes stressful, kind of creates this unstable feeling. So that's why you need to have multiple sources of the solution. Now, I'm going to tell you about these problems, how you can get multiple sources, and what is the problem that. So that's how you can scale your business. So having multiple sources, you can scale your business much better with less effort and save time. But as I mentioned, how can you build a system with no gaps and overlap to conserve and get faster results? So basically conserving time and money. So solution number 2, you also heard about lack of knowledge to market effectively, even after taking a couple of courses here and there. Yes, that's the case with many, unfortunately. If the course you are taking are not packaged together to deliver a unique purpose, you'll create gaps. You need to take many courses to learn and build a complete client attraction system with great communication channels and multiple sources of paid and free traffic. Like how to set up your webinars, and how to script the webinars, how to create your video sequences, how to engage audiences on the video sequences, how to implement quizzes, forums, and pop-ups effectively, how to bring right prospects from Facebook, Instagram, Messengers, and many others, how to attract your ideal prospects from Gmail, Display Network, YouTube Search Network, how to invite audiences from Yahoo, Bing, LinkedIn, and other places, how to integrate all these together, how to set up your surveillance system to detect weakness of your communication channel, your engagement, and other problems, how to separate and group your audiences and engage with them accordingly, how to attract your possible prospects. So, and warm them up to convert and sign up with your service, how to set up sensors and get feedback from your effort so you can adjust and improve, how you can retarget and remarket, and don't waste the previous effort. That's important. Now, I still can count the amount of knowledge that you need to build a very solid client attraction system. So hold on to this and don't be scared. It's a lot, but can be simplified and can be done one at a time with the right program and right approach. So what are the solutions? I'll let you know about it. If you have paid tens of thousands of dollars and you've learned the program you've learned to program your mind to take challenges, that's awesome, right? You frame your mind. But remember, you are going to take challenges to gain skills. But that's one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is you need to have skills. If you want to fix the certainty by framing your mind, that's just one side of it. The other side, you need to have skills and knowledge to create certainty, to be certain about what you're doing. The knowledge that I was talking about. So I said, remember, you are going to take challenges to gain skills. And it's about knowledge that I just talked about. So this was the source of the problem with many coaches. Bits of information from some marketing courses not enough for a great transformation. And of course, mindset is, again, framing your mind is not solving completely the problem. So maybe even fraction of it. And if you want to take many courses to learn about all of these, again, you have created another set of problems for yourself. And I'm going to address what they are. So you see, multiple courses, if you want to take to learn all of this, has an issue. So I'll tell you about it. So bear with me. I'll have the best solution for you. So that's promised. Solution number 3, computers and electronic technologies changes with the speed of light. More than ever, knowledge becomes obsolete faster than ever. And there's overwhelming amount of information on internet. There are many shiny objects that take you nowhere. Nowadays, kids talk about gadgets and computers, like my son, stuff that grown-ups even never heard of it. I consider myself good with technology, but still he talks about things I never heard of it because it grows so rapidly and fast. So now, and you as a coach, you're specialized in an area, of course, may have difficulty to keep up with these changes, right? It's about your digital marketing system. And you need to have a reliable family coach, like a family doctor, to get the constant updates, keep your business the top notch in the market, to help more people with less time and generate more income to live the life you were dreaming about. So yes, one of the solution is what? Just have one family coach, like one family marketing coach to deliver all of that knowledge to you. So many coaches, that's another solution that I'm talking about. Many coaches complain about excessive amount of spending on tools and gadgets, right? They spend thousands of dollars. Probably you've experienced this. There's so many shiny objects and each one is expensive and adds up more than $1,000 per month. Sometimes, most of the time, they spend thousands of dollars just for initial setups, monthly fees, web design, tech guides, subscriptions, courses with many gaps. And the gaps that I'm going to talk about, these gaps are very they're hurting also. Even before they start becoming profitable, they start running out of budget. So they couldn't market properly. Some of them borrowed on credit cards, created debt, hoping soon they will become profitable. So excessive cost of building your client attraction system may become an extra burden on your shoulders, to add stress instead of stretching you, to build a path to failure rather than success. Budgeting time and money is the key, and there are ways to create the system with less than $100. I'm not talking about per month, just per year. To stick with me, the cheapest products and the tools, to stick with the cheapest products and the tools. So that's what you need, cheapest, because you need to save money to find people to promote your service, is the key to last long, until you absorb all the skills and knowledge to transform and build your solid system. Gaining all these experiences, knowledge, and learning about the flaws in the market and all the good and bad cost me about 2 years and tens of thousands of dollars. I learned and I found the cheapest products that are the most unique products that helps to become creative and unique. It's crucial to invest on yourself. Yes, that's the key. Instead of spending on gadgets That's the solution. Spending on yourself, acquiring knowledge and skills that I've been talking, I'm going to be talking a little bit more. That's how you can soon look different. Problem number 5. So here's the good one. Many fall for blueprint stuff or formulaic methods of coaching while dealing with the highly adaptive creature, right? I mean, human. Let me elaborate this. What will happen if everyone offers the same thing, same approaches, same 5 secrets, same webinar structure, same landing page format, same messaging strategies, and on and on? You got it. They will be ignored. That means positioning yourself in a competition rather than creating your own unique approach. The blueprintic, formulaic approach destroys the creative genes and your creativity, takes your power away while you still need to deal with the competition. A good coaching program in marketing will provide you tools. That's another one. The solutions, see, main point, to simplify building a unique product rather than saying, this works for me, try it. It will work for you. It's quote unquote. They keep saying it. Then a massive rush of followers will head and do the same thing. The consequences, again, being ignored. Yes, because audiences get bored. It's same, it's repetitive. So you need a coach to provide you many pieces so you can combine and create unique solutions. So I'm going to talk about this many pieces, what it is. Here is a 10th grader math question to just understand what is this many pieces have, that helps you become creative and unique. So here's a 10th grader math questions. An example. If you have 3 hats, 4 shirts, and 5 pants. So you have 3 hats, 4 shirts, and 5 pants. How many different and unique combination of outfits you can have? So simply it's 3 times 4 times 5, just 60. You can have 60 combination, so you can create your unique solution if you have different tools and multiple ingredients. See, if you have only 3, 4, 5, so if you had 1, 1, 1, and then you're stuck with those, but instead you have 3 hats and 4 shirts and 5, you can have 60 combination. You can 51 years, 52 weeks, right? Every week you can be looking different than the other weeks, right? That's how you can look. So you need to have multiple, if it comes to technology, different pieces, and they're supposed to be cheap. They should be cheap, different. And then so you can, and many of them, so you can combine them together, use them. And that also comes in communication, not only technological stuff, communication stuff. You come up with different strategies and put them together and test them. Okay, an important factor in marketing is creating curiosity, right? And even a new marketer knows that. So you can show up different while you have different tools to look unique and create curiosity. Bear with me, you'll be surprised the vast amount of tools out there, even for free. I'll let you know about them. So I'm not going to let you about the tools itself, but the possibilities that you may have. So problem solution number 6, concerns about gaps and overlaps. So that's important. It's the pictures, overlaps, gaps. That's what happens with lots of marketing courses, gaps and overlaps. So concerns about gaps and overlaps. Coaches took courses that overlapped in sections and modules. Some coaches took Facebook marketing while they were exposed to create landing pages. Like one example could be lead pages, ClickFunnels, or others. Then they took another course. For example, they took Google, now how to market on Google. Then again, they were exposed to create landing pages with the other course too. Again, it was like lead pages or ClickFunnels. You see here the redundancy. They spend time and money, and then fraction of it is redundant. So it kills, it wastes money and time. So again, that was overlapping, but there's problem with the gaps. It took the time from their coaching program and from their family time. So many experience overlapping, and I told you earlier about the problem of creating gaps. Can you find a program that offers all these and doesn't overlap or create gap? You realize you need lots of skills, while taking many courses offered by different coaches creates overlap or leaves gaps behind. So there are things that they don't mention it and you don't know it until you reach to a point you have lots of knowledge, and then you see the gaps, what the gaps are, and how you're going to find those gaps, who's going to provide that information. So you need a single, unique, and united system, a single unit who thought about these and put them all together like 12 puzzles that they don't overlap, they nicely connect to each other, and they don't create gap. It's very hard to find because it's very hard to implement such a program. It requires lots of technical skills, planning skills, and manpower. But hold on until the end to hear about Forever Green Coaching Program. Now, number 7, knowledge of communication, engagement, connection, and learning what to say, when to say, and how to say it in a professional way. You know their feelings, pain, and the moments they spend day and night in pain. And if someone else is writing your script, that may not be congruent with your feelings about your prospects. You will not reflect that in your engagement, in your communication, if it's done by someone else, right? You will not learn how to modify your communication if you don't learn how to engage. And if someone else does that for you, right? If your webinar is your creation, you'll learn how to modify that and constantly improve it towards better. Every time you can improve it if you get better at it, if you learn how to do that. So rather than someone else doing it for you, so many courses offer will do the webinar for you, a script for you, and then you're happy while you're taking the course. But when the course is over, and then you're stuck with their writing, now how you are going to do that, and then there's no more help. Why they did this, why the structure's like that, and then what are possible ways of changing the structure, coming up, testing it different ways, how to set up this webinar, how to, so then you feel alone. So that was thing I heard from coaches. They wish it wasn't like that. They wish they could have been fixed. So there's a learning curve. That's another social involved with your business, and also communication strategies with your audiences on your webinar or on landing pages. Many business coaches program end so fast before the students even come up with a question. Imagine while students realize they have questions, program is over. You need to find a program that will address your questions even after the program is ended, that will help you remove the obstacles from your way. There are courses offering to write your webinar script. It's like doing your child's homework for her rather than teaching her how to do it. I believe on teaching you how to fish rather than giving you the fish. Find a program that you get enough support. And the last problem is about providing safety net. If your product is good, you shouldn't be worried about not getting paid. If you return a great product to store, it's your loss, isn't it? Unless you don't need it. That's not for you, and you wanted to return it, which is a good thing to accept it back, right? It's a good thing by the store when they get it back, that they help you because you don't need it. Now, so no one wants to return an awesome product back to store, correct? If it's something really good, they don't want to, they want to keep it. They're very happy with the product. They're very happy with the company, manufacturers, sellers. Sign up with the program that's for sure offering a lifetime guarantee. And not only for the first time, you need it for a long time. Now, to overcome all these obstacles, you need a program much bigger than a course. You need a program that cuts your expenses. You need a program that doesn't leave gaps behind. You need a program that doesn't waste your time. You need a program long enough until you thrive. You need a program it's built to save time. You need a program to be there for you, not for just short time. And you need a program solid enough to offer strong guarantee. Now, it's your turn. What do you pursue? What is your dream? Your lofty dream. Are you ready to build your dream life, living in your terms, to control your own life, business, finances, and life? So some of you might be in the pain side. Some of you might be a little bit more established and toward pleasure side. If you're in pain side, you want to get out ahead, right? But you're in pleasure side, you want to get and build a better life. So in both cases, you want to move. Here we have the solution. I have the solution for you. It took me a long time to provide the solution and to come here and talk to you. You know that your dream life depends on your income, correct? And your income depends on your number of clients you attract and number of clients you help. Here's my good news for you. I created Forever Green coaching program for you that cuts your expenses to like nothing. I said it earlier. So you spend on reaching out to your audiences every day at any time. It doesn't repeat itself to kill your time, to go tangent talks, to waste your time. It doesn't leave gaps behind. It is a forever support, forever update, forever available for you. Forever available for you. Kind of my tongue didn't work the way I wanted. To keep growing, expanding, reaching out to more people, and building your dream life. Now, I'll tell you how you get all of that. I designed this program so that you will always get support. Keep getting all the required skills to thrive. I designed this program to reduce the stress from the unknowns, that times because friction to move forward. I've taken all the heat, working day and night for 2 years to make a system for you to save tens of thousands of dollars and allow you to budget only to reach your ideal clients. Forever Green Coaching is to build your system in one place, one network, while very soon with a very small cost. So I talk about that, right? It's designed to help you to multi-source the flow of traffic, to reduce the stress from relying only a single source of traffic. It's built from combination of tens of thousands of dollars, tens of different courses. It's a risk-free program with no obligations, consists of 3 major phases. So this is free. This is Forever Green Coaching. Has 3 phases: stability phase, expansion phase, and an unstoppable phase. Each one of these phases offer 4 modules. They're basically 4 months program. So altogether, it's going to be 12 modules. So stability phase has massive move, attraction gene, fascinating dynamics, and finishing touch. Every one of these modules has specific goal and purpose. You can take all 12 courses, or you can take all 12 basically modules, or you just can take one. It's all they all deliver one purpose, but this whole thing works together much better. Step by step, it's built step by step, move you forward. So next one is expandable phase, which is conserving, flourishing, insightfulness, and attraction mastery. And third one, precision attraction, loyal asset, remarkable steps, and affiliation. All these things that I talked about the 9 problem and solutions. So I built a system based on the solutions, all the multi-sourcing, communication, channels, and then making it cheap instead of expensive. So all that is built here. To talk about the detail of each program it is, I already mentioned it earlier: Google, Yahoo, Facebook, Instagram, communication, webinars, and then video sequences. Everything is here, all what I talked about now. So that's technicality of the stuff. And then technicality in this case, that's the outcome. What you're going to get, that's the outcome. Technicality is the things, the details that I just talked about, what they should be inside, not to have overlap and not to have gaps. And then this is a 12 months program, and after that, with a small fee, very small fee, you can continue with our program, getting updates about your knowledge. So, and then if you click on the next page, it says that there's going to be a button there, and then you can take action clicking on the button. It's going to take you to another page. Be careful with pop-ups. I come up with 20 pop-ups different time. If you're a first-time visitor, again, watch out. I have things for first-time visitors, so don't skip that, because second-time visitors won't get that. And then the bonuses, that you're going to get a bonus here after you sign up. Bonus is mentioned. And then on the next page, you see that this program has 3 plans. Golden membership. It's not a subscription plan, but I put it there to help people who don't have, because it's like, I've seen programs, courses, they offer tens of thousands. It costs tens of $1,000, sometimes 30, sometimes $7,000, and then sometimes $5,000 for 2 months program, 4 months program, and then all of a sudden they require to pay them all of a sudden one installment, and becomes kind of tough. And then even I've heard people want to borrow money and then lend money and do that, and it becomes very expensive, and it becomes kind of stressful, borrowing and then hoping it's going to return and working on this. So and all of it once, and then if you don't like it, you cannot return it after 30 days, like 7,000, you cannot return after 30 days. So that's why I broke this into monthly installment, and then it's called bronze membership. So it's not a membership program, it's just a complete course. There's changes, slightly different, they're different, but you can have it with monthly installments, and you can continue as long as you want. And as I said, there's lifetime warranty. So every module that you take, you don't want it, I'll return the money. So every module, second module, if you don't like it, anytime you want to return it, well, you're going to get the money back. If you're happy, you're going to move on to the next one. And even you reach to module number 12, 11, 10, and if you didn't like the module, I'm going to return the money to you back. And then, so that was the bronze membership. If you move on to silver membership, you can pay for 4 months at once. So it's going to be 3 installments, and you get a big discount on that. And then the very last one, probably you've been in this business for some time, and you can afford paying this whole thing for 1 year program once. So that's golden membership. So there's a big discount on that. If you want to pay the whole thing for 12 months, I think you're going to pay for 10 months. So there's calculations there done. So you can check that out, and be careful of some of this. I told you pop-ups, because you might get things there. So advantages, other advantages. So click on the link, then we'll go to the next page, and I'll see you there. Thank you for your time. No matter if you join this program for Evergreen Coaching or you don't, I hope that these tips are going to help you to stay strong and then successful, of course, besides being healthy and happy. All right. Hopefully see you later. Take care.